Hi, this is Jeff, and today I'm going to show you a few tips on changing the bottom door latch on the bottom of a 2012 F350 extended cab, which is the smaller door. And the reason I'm doing this is because I couldn't find a video anywhere on YouTube. But there's a few things we need to look at before we get started on it. Okay, to get started, I'll have everything lined up, which is a Phillips bit, a ratchet, a 7mm, a T50, a T27, and a couple of pry tools, and a couple of other things that make it a little easier to finish this up. The other thing you're going to need is the door latch assembly, which I got from Ford, and the only way to get it from there is for you to spend $130 on the whole assembly, when you really don't need the whole thing. What I'm going to do is just take off the parts I need, and that'll save me from putting everything in the door, which the part you need is the bottom part of it here. It's got a new sensor on it and everything. So what we'll do here is just pry this up, get it out of the way, pull this latch off of there, and this is all you really need. The rest of it is just, I guess, safer parts for later. There's only two things you need to take off on this door to get the top panel off, and that is the latch here. So you have a Phillips screw here, Phillips screw down here, and that'll pop right off. And this piece here that you just kind of wiggle back and forth and it pulls off. Just got an easy snap in there, and then you can get to the bolt that's down there. And I'm not going to show you how to take screws out, because if you can't do that by now, you shouldn't be doing that. But there it is. That's what you get. You've got those two screws out. I prop that window open a little bit so it keeps out of the way. And now I take that bolt out. Okay, once again, yeah, better be able to use a ratchet. Okay, so we got that out of there. Just let that hang down for now. Grab your pry tool. Oh, how was that? Start at that corner, pull it out a little bit. This top. I hate breaking those clips. There they are. Good deal. Didn't break any of them. And that does it for the top. The rest of it's 3 screws right here. You got to pop this out, which it just pops up in the front, and then it just has plastic catches on the back of it, little hooks that hook into the top. And to keep this from falling all over the place, I'll go ahead and put this back up here and just let it sit there. Maybe put a little bit of a latch on it. And then we'll take, like I say, these are the 3 7mm screws, and then you have the T50 down here at the bottom, and that bottom piece will be ready to lift off of there. And the bottom's got a little clip plastic piece on here where you just pry the top of it down, and it shows you the T50. So now the bottom piece just lifts right off of here. And we just hang this right down here off to the side. I'm going to push it around to the back side. Hopefully. You can get that completely off of there if you leave the top seatbelt bracket off of there. So what I'm going to do here is pull this off. That gives us access to the latch down here. Pull this off down here, and that will give us access to the latch release mechanism. The other place that we need to get to is a little tab right here that you squeeze together and push out of there. It's usually pretty easy, but yeah. So a little hook tool to take off this little yellow clip on there. That'll expose the top part of your cable, and just pull that out of there. Down here you've got those two pieces that you just push together. Push it out. That's the only clip that holds that cable in. And then down on the bottom there's 3 T27 Torx bits. We'll take those out right now. Yeah, I thought maybe you might want to see that latch, which is right there. And then when you go to the bottom, you can see 1, 2, and 3. That's all you need to take out. That's number 3. And then you pull the cable out from here. And we tried all kinds of crap to loosen that thing up. Squeeze the clip. Just unplug straight out of there. Like that. That's been undone. So, oh, there is one more thing to take loose up here. I gotta wipe my hands off. Yeah, that other piece you gotta take out is, here, I gotta turn the camera around. As you see the yellow piece that we clipped back out of there, if you look down here, there's a little rubber grommet that holds that to the bracket. That needs to be popped out of there. So I'll just push that out. See how it was held in there. It just slides back on when you're done. Alright, so now it's time to put the other stuff back in, which is just the reverse order, which, put that there. Grab the other plug. Let's see, yeah, you can see what you're doing. In there, and it sits in there. There's 3 holes. It sits in there like that. Set that down in there. Run your cable up. There's nothing to, there's no window mechanism or anything, so that makes this pretty easy to do at this point. Hold it up in there. Pull that back. And that is slipped in there. I'm going to leave that loose for now. I'm going to go ahead and put the 3 screws that hold that in back in, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's no adjustments down there. That's just where it sits. Then you come back up, find your tab that comes through the door. That's a brand new one on there, so you don't have to worry if you break the other one. That snaps on. And with this piece up here, you don't want to pull it up tight. What I've done is pull it up tight and then drop it down a couple of threads and then push it in there. And then you snap it. And then I'm going to check to see if the door shuts. Okay, the door opened and shut just perfect. Latch at the bottom's good. I use duct tape to hold that up there if you didn't see that. Put this back down. back into position. If you want a perfect seal on that, you can go ahead and put some double-sided tape or whatever, but if you see all the holes in, a perfect seal I don't think is doing you any good. And we'll go ahead and do the bottom part of the door. Kind of have to put it together in the right direction too, because you have to take it apart if you don't do it just right. Not a big deal. Just like it came off of there, it goes right back on where you tighten it up. Pull the rubber out where it's supposed to be. That gets held down by that bolt. There is a little gasket that goes in there. It's a little felt gasket, not really a gasket, a felt seal, I guess. And then you put your 3 screws back in there. There was a little plastic tab that holds that together. I have about a 70% fail rate on those little tabs breaking, so you might as well have a couple of those push-ins ready to go. Those are just plastic tabs behind those bolts, so you really want to be nice to them. And then take this back off. Door panel snaps right back on there. You line it up with the holes here on the right, it makes it a little bit easier. Snap, snap. Once again, you got your rubber seal that pulls out easier if you don't snap it all the way down to begin with. Take your prop out. That's secure. Just snaps right back in there. That's it, it snaps right back in there. Got the one piece left over there. Put that back. Okay, this is one thing that does happen, is the metal clip comes off on these a lot. But I put it back on the same way it came off. If you can see that, just goes back on there. Push it in there. Looks good. And you slide it in. You're going to hook it up underneath there. Put this back up. And that's good. And that's it. Only video I could find on here was of the front doors. Those are real easy too, and I'm not going to put that on there because there's multiple ones for the front doors, but hope this helps. Thanks. Bye.